Should you use an AI tool to write your blog content? It's a burning question, and it's a question a lot of people actually have. I've actually gotten this question quite often in my private membership calls, and I've had this question with clients as well. And I thought I would bring you a review of an AI tool I've been using for a while. It stands out from the pack because it is a tool that is SEO first. You feed it all the information that you want it to write about, and then it gives you a draft back. Now, much like every other AI writing tool, it does give you some fluff occasionally. It does give you like overexcited sentences and lots of adjectives that are quite frankly unnecessary. But I do find it to be really freaking close to what I would write myself, what would come out of my brain. I want to show you this tool. I love it personally. It is a little pricey for what you get, but it is, I think, worth it, especially if you are making money from your blog and you are constantly writing blog content and you need to get more blog content out. Now, I personally, just full transparency, because you guys know me. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Heather Farris. I run this YouTube channel, a private Pinterest membership, and a Pinterest agency. From my driveway, in my little office here, I use this with clients. And I actually asked my clients, hey, I have this tool. Would you be cool if I sent you some samples? And they actually didn't realize that an AI tool had written the content that the AI tool wrote. It is that good. Okay, so I would definitely recommend this for people who have the budget, who are constantly writing blog content and just want to speed the process up. So without further ado, let's actually just dive right on into the screen video that I want to show you, and we will come back afterwards and chat. All right, let's start at the top for the feature set available with FirstDraft AI. Now, if you look at this FirstDraftAI.io webpage, this is like the page you would see before you sign up, and you can see it says try for free. And it'll write FirstDraft is an writing sidekick for bloggers who want to write higher quality SEO optimized content that ranks on Google. Now, one of the things, well, 6 of the things that it can do is obviously one-click article generation. So what that means is you put all your content in and you click a button and that's one click. Obviously, there's a lot of work leading up to getting to that one click. It is SEO optimized from the start. You can write content in your voice or a custom voice or a trained voice. So you can train the AI to write in your voice. You can input a custom voice each time. So I write content for a lot of clients. That content gets a custom voice per client. You can give it custom background information, which I think is really, really good. So if you want specific things included in your article that is specifically unique to you, then this is the spot for that. You can do fully customizable outlines, and then you can actually publish directly to WordPress. I don't actually use this feature because I edit everything in Google Docs after I write the content, but that is also something else. Now, something else that you're going to notice if you sign up for FirstDraft AI, and like me, you're like, what does this mean? Is this 40,000 words lifetime, monthly? You're like, what is this? You get 40,000 words on your plan per month. Now, the pricing plan that I am on is, I believe, $34 a month. Don't quote me. Let's just go look at this together. I think I'm on the advanced plan. Yeah. I think I pay $34 a month, but it's $49 a month if you were to subscribe. Yeah, it says subscribed because I got in on the beta plan, the beta pricing when it first came out. Now, what you should know is that this is obviously connected to ChatGPT. And you could obviously take something like this and put it into ChatGPT and definitely, probably cheaper, get something similar. But I have not found that to be true just yet. If you figure that out, good for you. I'm going to continue using this tool because it's great for me. Now, a couple of things. Number 1, I always have an outline prepared, and I always do all of my research before I put a blog post in here to write, because I don't want it to sound like AI content. I want it to sound like my client or my voice. I want my original research that I do. I want my competitor research and the industry research that I do to all be represented in the outline that I put together. So I always do a couple of things before I get started. Number one, I do keyword research. I do content outlining, so I fully outline the blog post. I get any custom background information that I want included, and then I write that outline. I'm going to actually input an outline in here for you today and show you how this works, but I do all of that before I ever put it in here to write. Now you might be asking yourself, Heather, why do you go through all of this trouble to do that? Why not just go ahead and write the blog post while you're at it? Well, I do write in a couple of niches for clients that I'm not super familiar with. I'm familiar with it from an anecdotal standpoint, as in like I use products similar to theirs. So anecdotally, I could write on those topics, but I want it to come off like I actually own this product. Like I am the owner writing this blog post. So the AI tool allows me to do all of that, presented in that way. So I do all of that research and then I put it in here and it does it for me. A few reasons why I like this tool. I want to go through that before I actually take you through how to use this tool. Number one, it speeds up the writing process. Obviously, it does the first draft writing for you. It's designed with SEO in mind, so you give it your target keyword and you give it custom keywords that you want to include. It's easier and faster for me specifically here's my list actually, I'm just going to drag it over. It's easier and faster for me to edit posts rather than writing them from the first draft standpoint. And then I really, really, really love the tone of voice feature. It is so good that I once, and I even wrote this down in the outline, I once sent a writing sample to my client and she thought it was content she wrote that I was just editing. And it wasn't. It was from the AI tool. So those are just a few reasons why I love this tool. Now, I'm going to show you specifically how to use this right now. So number one, you need your target keyword and your word count. So I actually pair this together with RankIQ, and I get the word count from RankIQ if RankIQ has a topic. So I'm going to show you some live examples in just a little bit, and I'll show you what I mean by this. But basically, any of the reports I pull out of RankIQ, if it tells me that it needs to be 2,500 words long, then that's the target word count I use for first draft. If it doesn't tell me the word count I should aim for, like if there is no topic in RankIQ for this, then I'm out in the wind on my own and I have to make a judgment call, and that is based on whether this is a pillar blog post or kind of a spoke blog post. So is it a supporting blog post that's going to support a pillar, or is it the pillar itself? If it's a pillar blog post, those blogs are usually 2,500 to 4,000 words for me. If it's a supporting blog post, those can be anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500. That's kind of my rule of thumb. There's a lot more nuance that goes into that, but just know that's what I do. Okay, moving on. So I actually have the custom voice already put in here for the client, and there is not a RankIQ topic for this. So I'm going to go with 1,500 words. And then all the research that I've already done for this is set up. I'm ready for it. So I know that this is the best body care products for men. So I'm going to put in my main keyword, body care products for men. And then this is obviously going to be the first person singular point of view. You can change this to be a different point of view if you would like to. I typically write in first person singular for her, and then I change the pronouns slightly if I need to. For example, I was writing a blog post for her on beard care for men, and it was writing it from her standpoint, but she's obviously a woman. She's a female presenting person, and she does not have a beard. So I had to change it to be, my husband, his beard, I had to change the pronouns. So in that case, you could definitely change the point of view here if you want to. I just always default to first person singular because I'm going to edit it anyways. And then in the custom background information, I go ahead and toggle that on, and I toggle on custom keywords. And I come to my outline, and I've already done all of the research for this set of keywords. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab all of those. And then in the custom background information, I put all of the questions people also ask. So, well, you could put them in the keyword section or the custom background information, because the keywords people also ask, or the questions people also ask, are, to me, I consider those keyword phrases. And then in the background information, I typically will put in like my little intro, and then anything else that is included in the overall outline that doesn't necessarily fit in the outline. So for example, I'm going to copy this and put it in the custom outline. And you need to format these as H2 colon and then the header words, and it will write in that way for you. So this says, what is the common difference between men's skincare and women's skincare? That's actually a really good call out. So I'm going to put that in the custom background information. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab the second header. And then I'm going to put this in the custom background information. And then this is a header, and you can see here the yellow questions that are highlighted in yellow. What I'm going to do in the outline is make those H3s. And then back to our outline. Again, all of these are going to just be H3s. It looks like when I get to this point, there's a little bit of extra information there. So I'm going to just take the outline information and go ahead and stick that in there, and then I'll come back. This is a lot of content for 1,500 words, and I'm realizing that. So I think what I'm going to have to do is actually make this closer to 2,000 words. This right here, because I have a whole blog post on her website on beard care, I'm going to skip over that. And I'm going to just do some custom linking. So I'm actually going to go back and remove this header too, because I don't want it to write on that, because I have a blog post I'm going to take a snippet from and link back, do a backlink. And then again, just grab these H3 header tags to indicate those. Now I'm going to go ahead and do no introduction, because I always customize the introduction anyways. I'm going to bump this up to 2,000 words because that is a really big, beefy outline. So no introduction, custom keywords, custom background information, custom outline. I'm going to hit submit, and it is going to start writing this post for us. Now, while that writes, I actually want to show you what this looks like in real life. So I have in my little outline here, I have a couple things that we're going to go over, but I'm going to show you some of these real life examples because this writer does take a minute to write. So a couple real life examples on my travel blog. There's two of them. Number one is this, your guide to the best hiking trails in Tucson, and then the exploring the Casita travel trailer. I wrote both of these using that AI tool, and you can see there's quite a lot of content, and then I went back and customized them for links, for, trails, but very specific trails that I have hiked in the area. I went and pulled like mileage information for each trail and elevation information, so it's very customized. A lot of this content is not from the AI tool. So I'm actually going to show you in the history of the AI tool this particular one, and then I also want to show you how I pair this together with RankIQ. So in RankIQ, I found best hiking trails in Tucson, and I pulled the report on that, and it told me that I needed to aim for 1,800 words. This was the topic. It gave me topics like topics Google likes in the post. So these are basically like keywords that I should include, and I went through and I added those into my custom outline creator. And then it gave me a title analysis, and it told me these are all the things that you should include in your title to get to an A+ and to get to the right character spot. Then it also gives you like this information. If you want to see my full RankIQ video, I have it here on the channel. So basically, I took all of this information and I went into FirstDraft AI. First, I created my full outline, I did all the research, and then I popped it into FirstDraft. Okay, so in the history of my RankIQ, you can see here all of these different posts that I have created with RankIQ. Some of them I've posted, some of them I haven't, but here's that best hiking trails in Tucson article history, and it's going to load up here, and you're going to be able to see the original article that I wrote. So this is the original article, and you can see some of these big headers, and we'll go and compare it to the final one. but it's pretty generic, but each paragraph or each section, header section, and preceding paragraphs are really long. So what I did is I just customized it. So I went into each section and I customized. So I added bulleted lists. So like all the hiking trails in Sabino Canyon Recreation Area. And I added an image from one of the trails. And I tell you what trail that is. And then I said what you need to know before you go. And this was not included in that original article, I don't believe. And then I basically just fully edited this blog post. Sorry, I just lost track of it. I fully edited this blog post, and then I popped it back into the Content Optimizer on RankIQ. Here it is. And then I got my final grade of what this is, how I did, and I published this on my website. Now, once I went to publish it on my website, I obviously added in all the images and everything in there as well as a Pinterest image and a blog, opt-in box and a header image. So that is like my RankIQ history. The same with the Exploring the Casita Travel Trailer. Now, this one took a lot more work. That is definitely something that, can be a lot faster is the editing. You can see I went through and I optimized according to RankIQ, and it told me the word count's 815. So this isn't a blog post that I've actually finished. What I did though is I had FirstDraft write this blog post, and it is very, very much in love with my Casita travel trailer. It wrote it from like an overly positive perspective, and obviously not everything about the product is going to be overly positive, especially a travel trailer like this little guy right here. This is the Casita that I'm reviewing. So obviously when you have something like that, there's going to be a lot of wear and tear. There's going to be a lot of circumstances where, things don't quite work out the way that they should, especially with any travel trailers or RVs. So I went through and I edited this blog post. I added in some things like model sizing breakdowns with current prices and the weights and all of that stuff. And then I broke down all of the different models and the new package offerings that they released at the end of 2023 for 2024. I added in like standard features. These are things that people are going to want to know, because when you go to Casita's website, it's a little confusing to find all of this information. So I put it all in one place. Then I continue my review, and then I tell people these were my upgrades. So that wasn't in the original review that FirstDraft wrote. And then I went through and I wrote the good. These are the things that we like, and the not so good according to us. These are the things that we think could be done better. And that's it. So this was the original article, and I edited it, and it ended up being this. Now, a couple of things that I like to do when I make edits. Number one, I always edit out any obnoxious adjectives. I just do. I hate them. I tone down some of the excitement. So like this right here. Imagine this. You're about to embark on an adventure crisscrossing the country. That's not in the original. I put, we shopped for over 18 months and finally found this one. I don't talk like that. You're not going to hear me talking like that in real life, so I'm not going to write like that either. I'm a down-to-earth real human being. So I always tone down the excitement. I remove duplicate writing. Sometimes in these articles FirstDraft gives you, there tend to be some duplicates. So when it was talking about the fiberglass part in this FirstDraft version, the trailer's made out of fiberglass. When it was talking about that, it kept repeating that over and over again. So I removed any of those duplicates. And then I also just edit in my own experience, as I've already mentioned. So, at the end, I wrote what we liked and what we didn't write, what we like and what we didn't like. And that's obviously from my own experience. Now, the very last thing that I do is run this through a plagiarism checker. And I have a screenshot here of what that actually looked like. I actually ran my Casita Travel Trailer blog post through a plagiarism checker so you can see. If you are at all worried about AI writing being plagiarized, you should definitely use a plagiarism checker, and Grammarly offers a free version online. And it says right here, there's 80 problems with your writing, but there's no plagiarism found. So thumbs up for you, Heather. So I found that really quite funny. Anyways, that is the gist of it. Now, when I actually finish an AI article, so this is the finished version of the one that we wrote for my client, all you have to do is click copy and copy it to the keyboard, and then I put it in my little Google Doc here, and I put a little header that says first draft, and I paste it in. Then I come back up to where it says first draft, and I make this a header so I can quickly find it in the outline, and then now I can see, okay, I have an outline and I have a first draft, and I can start editing this. I edit everything in here. If there happens to be a Rank IQ topic report, I will paste it in the content optimizer and grade it. If there is not, then I'm obviously not going to paste it in here. I'm just going to take it straight to the blog, and I'm going to format it in WordPress or whatever blog hosting the client has, and I'm going to publish it, and we're off to the races. So if you're like me and you've seen this full tool and what it can do, and you write a lot of content, you don't care to spend a little bit of money on tools, and you want to make blogging a primary part of your traffic and sales strategy, FirstDraft AI might be the tool for you. Now, there is an affiliate link in the description of this video. If you do click it and you do sign up, there is a free version of the account you can test out. But if you sign up for a paid account, obviously I'm going to make a commission, and I thank you for that. It helps me to support this channel. Now, beyond FirstDraft AI, if you are needing more content strategy tips, blogs you can write, how to format them, how to optimize them, all of that good stuff, head on over here and watch these videos, and I'll see you over there.